Sadness is never ever something that we actively wish to feel, but it manages to find its way to us every now and then. We may feel bad that something did not go as planned, or we may be struggling with why something did not work, but something is certain: we must embrace pain and burn it as fuel for our journey. This 25-year-old was born normal, but one day something mysteriously happened that left everyone shocked. He slept, and waking up, he could no longer manage to sit, stand, or even walk. And from that day up to now, he never grew but remained like that. Being the reason, it's difficult to believe that he's a 25-year-old. Some people think it has something to do with evil spirits and supernatural powers. Others think that maybe it's because of witchcraft. But how is that possible? What really happened to this boy? Due to having produced such a child, she was advised to kill his own son or even throw him away. But as a loving mother, she could not. And the result was being chased away from the family and now lives a difficult life with the boy. She tells us more of her painful life story. Honorat produced 12 children in total, but one of them died and she remained with 11 children. All of her children are normal apart from Omben, who is physically impaired. To everyone's surprise, Omben was born without any health issue or physical deformity. But later, after only one night, everything changed. The mother says that it was shortly after the boy turned 3. It was a normal day. The night followed and they slept. Everything was usual, but the next morning, everything changed. Every child woke up as usual, but Omben failed to wake up, and upon checking on him, he could neither stand nor sit. She says it was frightening and they could not easily understand what was going on and what had happened that weakened the boy's joints and the whole body in general, as they could not manage to do anything. Next was going to hospitals. When they examined him, they found that his backbone had some problems, hence transferring him to one of the children's hospitals in Bukavu. They spent more than 2 months at the hospital, where doctors were working on treating him, but parents could see no impact. And it was costing them a lot of money, and they decided to bring him back home. The mother adds that the boy's abnormality has affected him in almost all angles, as he cannot do anything. He can't move by himself, he can't sit by himself, and in fact, there is nothing he can do by himself, and all has to be done mostly by the mother. And the worst part of this is that since suffering from this illness, he stopped growing. His body does not grow compared to other children. That's why she says it's difficult to believe that Omben has 25 years of age. Having produced such a child makes people always blame her for it. She says she is no longer given the same respect mothers receive, some suggesting that she would have taken his own son's life away to avoid the suffering and struggling he causes, and more discouraging words. Some people here cannot even greet her, saying that she might be having some curses, but says that only God is the one who can fix what is not fixed. And she would never, not even in her worst dreams, dream of committing a filicide. Some people have already said that there is no way such a thing would happen if he was born normal, adding that maybe they might have practiced witchcraft, or else there might be some evil spirits behind this. And all this remains unknown, as the mother says she never saw it coming. She's also still trying to figure out how and why. Life is difficult here in this village and more difficult to this mother, who says that since the 25-year-old cannot even move, she has to always stay at home and cannot get any job opportunity, which makes her life even more complicated because she needs money daily to solve and provide basic needs. Honorat never had the chance to continue her educational career as she dropped out halfway in secondary due to poverty, where her parents could not afford paying her school fees, and that was the beginning of suffering and struggling with life. She later grew, met a man, and they proceeded living together. She hoped that with the man, they would work hard together, cooperate, improve the standards of living, and live a good life. But it did not work out in her favor, but rather went on becoming sour and bitter. She has been going through a lot for the past 20 years, as some of her family members even advised the husband to abandon her or even chase her away from the house, which the man did. She says her husband has chased her away from the house for about 8 times in the last 20 years, where she goes at her parents' home and later returns for the baby, saying she cannot leave her disabled baby alone. But finally, she was chased away from the house and then came here with her disabled son and other children. Living here in such an old house which is not even hers, plus not being able to work and at least earn money, makes her life more miserable, that at some point she loses hope and sees no meaning of life. But she keeps fighting for her and her children to survive. The mother says they've done each and everything possible to see whether the 25-year-old would have a normal life. But it seems like now they have lost hope, having visited many hospitals, different pastors for some prayers, but all not working. The last time she visited a hospital, doctor said that there is nothing they will do on the boy and he's likely going to remain the same for the rest of his life. What makes it worse is that the boy's condition gets worse daily. Muamini is the mother's third born and says whenever she has no job, she comes here and helps the mother in taking care of the boy. If she has some money, she also helps in paying the mother's bill for them to keep going. Since she's a believer, she always prays. She hopes that maybe someday the boy will recover and live a normal life. You are not alone. Everyone is fighting a battle you know nothing about. Thank you for watching. I'm Elijah and this is Afrimax English. Remember to subscribe.